May 8th, 2022, direct from the cradle of mankind. This is Too Much Information with Ngachira.
Wow, thank you all so much. Wow, hello good people and welcome to Too Much Information, the only show that proves news can be a total joke. My name is Ngachira. Now, on the show tonight, the 2022 player transfer market is hotting up. Our political transfer pundit, Eric Know-It-All, Savali, explores the intrigues. Also, our correspondent, Amandeep, Vasco, Gama, Jagde, brings us stories from around the world. And then later on the show, the absolutely hilarious, super talented comedian, Timothy Kimani, aka Njugush. Abu, follow me and we go to the seat and I tell you more about what's happening today on the show. Thank you. So now, this is a week where over 50 candidates have applied to be POC, President of the Republic of Kenya. Because Uhuru Ruto have shown us, anybody can do it. Now, on that list, I expect 3 Brios, 2 Karos, and at least one of Boni Halwale's kids, you know. I feel like that ballot paper will look like Form 4 South results. Remember last time, the candidate with the least votes had the longest name, and the whole country had to wait for Chebukati to read Cyrus, Shagaranga, Kwajirongo. 3 votes. IEBC should just introduce a skip ad feature, so you get to the candidate that you care most about, Wajakoya. Meanwhile, Azimio running mate interviews are also happening. It's a strange job. I feel like it's the only job where the interviewee asks, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And your potential boss is actually expecting a job and you're applying to be his assistant in case they get the job, you know. It's the equivalent of, kuna deal na ngoja, ongea na mimi vizuri. And now, to President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is finally catching up with what his deputy has been doing all along. Guilt-tripping for sympathy.
My father bought me my first shoe in 1981 from a Mr. Onyango on the street for 60 shillings because he could not afford the butter shoes.
You're making me cry. Now, there was a time Kamwana had this sympathy thing right.
Mnataka nifanye nini jameni?
Ndio hiyo. I mean, of course, there are people who might say, oh, you're the president, you should be bigger than this. Mara, oh, the buck stops with you. Yeah, but if you're a clever fox, you can always delegate the buck, you know. And if the buck bites back, it was not a buck, you know. The trick is always view Kenyans as mama na baba. And then make it sound like you're snitching on your brother to mom. Hata jana aliniachia vyombo nikaosha peke yangu. Na hata anisaidii.
Badala ya kuja kunisaidia, kuniambia niko na mawaidha hii na njia hii na njia hii, njia ambaye tunaweza tuokoe watu yetu wakati tunagojea mambo haya yaishe, wewe uko kwa soko na matusi.
Do you see how well it works? I mean, like it's so wonderful. It's almost like getting the powers that be to postpone the concept of adulting, you know? You can't go wrong. Okay, well, you can, but you can still blame it on someone else, okay? And remember, Kenyans don't demand much from the politician. Just some leadership, some accountability, and of course, some entertainment. Lazima...
Jubilee Party.
Yeah, wow. Okay, settle down. Don't make me, you know, I used to be a dancer, bana. Anyways, next, let's go to sports with Eric Savali. The summer political transfer season is upon us, with different players moving to new constituencies and even counties. We need someone to help us understand exactly what is happening. And for that, we turn to our senior political transfer market correspondent, Eric Savali. Eric, are these transfers violating any rules? And what does referee Chebukati have to say?
Thank you very much, Tai. Referee Chebukati can't say a thing. Hana nguvu. He works with the players he's been given. Take, for example, defensive midfielder Ferdinand Babayao Waititu, the man who pioneered club hopping. He had various transfers in the amateur league, including one at Embakasi East, where he was unfortunately dropped from the squad over claims of hate speech and crowd hooliganism.
Waititu's infamy is well documented, but especially for the residents of Nairobi, let us remind you who is standing for Senator of Nairobi County.
Well, Eric, that's a lifetime ban.
Not quite. That is what we call player experience. After a 2-year ban, he was picked by Kabete constituency. From there, he transferred to Kiambu County and became governor in 2017. Unfortunately, in the 2019 season, he suffered a career-ending impeachment tackle for match fixing, becoming the very first governor to ever be impeached. He is currently a free agent, waiting in the wings, ready to play in any position that becomes available.
It's a sad end for such a talented individual. I mean, who else is on the market?
One Mike Vipindire Mbuvi Sonko. A centre forward who started as a winger at Makadara constituency in 2010 before graduating to the Senator League or Nairobi in the season of 2013.
Lakini Eric, is that a centre forward or is it a rapper?
I'm glad you asked. Sometimes he moonlights as a recording artist. In the year 2017, he became captain of Nairobi in the Governor League for a record figure of 871,794 votes, the highest transfer figure anyone has ever attained to date. Unfortunately, Mr. Sonko had some disciplinary issues and run-ins with the governing body and club management. Yani, mavipindire. In the 2020 season, he handed over the captaincy armband to the newly signed striker, Major General Saddam Hussein Badi. But later, this happened.
Now, Wamalwa has further refuted claims by Governor Sonko that he was in a drunken state of mind while signing away the 4 functions of the county.
Tai, see, like all Nairobi relationships, it starts with alcohol and ends in tears. But in December of that very same year, he received a straight red card impeachment amidst claims of match fixing, crowd incitement, and even terrorism.
Surely, Eric, this must be the end of his illustrious career.
Wrong again, Tai. Sonko is heavily linked to a move to Mombasa County, where he was born and raised. Mombasa's outgoing captain, Ali Hassan Sultan Joho, is just as flamboyant as Sonko. So that club might just sign him.
Eric, that might be the transfer of the season, Bana, eh?
Well, Tai, not quite. We also have a fullback you may know. His name is Evans You've Slapped Me, Kidero. Having started in the private league as CEO for Mumias, where he was rumored to have had a hand in club insolvency, he joined the political league in 2013 as the first captain of Nairobi County. He lost captaincy in 2017 to the Mike Vipindire Sonko, but in 2022, he is rumored to be targeting the captaincy of Homa Bay County.
Hey, Eric, this Nairobi County seems to be the Galacticos of teams, eh? Everyone wants to captain it, eh?
Tai, we don't even have enough time to discuss the next guy. One Polycarp, mimi huyo, na CV, Igabe.
Wow. Thank you, Eric. TMI, always fast with all the transfer rumors, thanks to our tireless pundit, Eric Savali, everyone! In a short while, around the world with our correspondent Amandeep Jagde, and later on, Njugush will be here. Thank you so much. Welcome back to Too Much Information. Now, if you live in Nairobi, There's a reason why some Africans might think you live in New York. The Nairobi Expressway. But the government has been hitting the snooze button whenever the alarm to open it rings.
We'll be able to use Nairobi's new expressway by June next year.
Set to be opened by March 2022.
With the contractor saying that the road is still on schedule to be launched in April.
Of course, the expressway is late because nothing in our country is ever on time. I mean, even our roads. The irony is that the road that's supposed to get me to work early is also late. Delays aside, the Nairobi Expressway is here to decongest traffic, make Kenya look like a developed country and be expensive. But wait a minute. Where have I heard that before? Thika Superhighway, yes. About 31 billion solution to decongest Nairobi. But did it?
This is Thika Superhighway. The superhighway has literally transformed into a super parking lot during peak hours.
Correction. It's not a super parking lot. It's an 8-lane super parking lot, okay? It may seem like spending 31 billion shillings on a 50-kilometer road may not be effective to decongest Nairobi. But the expressway is different. It's 7.9 billion for 27 kilometers. And unlike the superhighway, there's like a small toll you have to pay.
With the superhighway, though, you will have to part with at least 600 shillings.
600 shillings a day for 5 days is 3,000 shillings. Isn't it, eh? So in a month, you're paying 12,000 shillings, eh? That's a bill. And that's a bill for somebody who actually can afford it. All right, eh? Other people who may not be able to afford can run on their matatus, eh? And their own cars, eh?
Yeah, that's right, eh? That's right, eh? You can only afford, eh? To translate for you, he's just saying, if you can't afford it, we don't give a Luckily, minimum wage just shot up higher than the expressway. So at least to like 15,201, so don't worry. But the second irony is, the expressway is supposed to ease traffic in Nairobi, but its construction has done the opposite. But not everyone is complaining.
Biashara sio mbaya. Hii jam vile iko tunauza, tunafurahia hata kama wengine wanaumia. Lakini maisha tu unaenda hivyo.
Yeah, as they say, 1 month's time in traffic is another month's opportunity to make sales. Anyway, look, the expressway may or may not help decongest traffic. But one thing is for sure.
Lakini maisha tu unaenda hivyo.
The world is big, and we are tired about hearing elections. To update us on what's happening abroad, we have our diversity hire and international correspondent, Amandeep, Vasco da Gama, Jagde! Tell us, man.
Let's start with America, where they're debating abortion.
Conservative-leaning court is ready to overturn Roe versus Wade, the landmark ruling that legalized abortion.
So if the law is overturned, where will Americans access these services?
Canada. Justin Trudeau, the second sexiest head of state, because we all know number one is Angela Merkel. Justin Trudeau just tweeted that they will never back down from protecting and promoting women's rights in Canada and around the world.
Okay. Lakini si mtoto atakuwa shazaliwa akifika Canada. But I guess that's when good neighbors become good friends, yeah?
Ty, even I'm envious. You know, their neighbors are sharing healthcare services while ours can't even share Migingo Island.
But Aman, abortion is a touchy subject.
I know. And speaking of touchy subjects, the Pope.
The Pope calling for peace in Ukraine, saying the war is, quote, cruel and senseless.
I'd forgotten. There's still a war going on in Europe. I mean, how far has that gone?
You know what? They're still fighting. You know, Europeans and imperialism. It's like South Africans and xenophobia. It's a cultural thing.
But, Aman, are they even trying to stop the war? Aman, they enjoy the influx of white refugees.
They're trying to stop the war.
And the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has been outlining the latest round of sanctions against Moscow. Now, that includes a ban on Russian oil imports by the end of this year.
So they're not going to buy oil from Russia, hoping it will ruin the economy, and then they'll be forced to stop the war. It sounds like a nice plan. Wait, unless someone else is buying it.
And you know what? Someone else is definitely buying it.
Russia is said to have offered India oil at a steep discount to its pre-war price.
India is buying Russian oil at a discount. At this point, they're not even running away from the stereotype. They're doubling down. And for some reason, you know what? I kind of get their logic. I understand where they're coming from. Maybe it's genetic, you know. Because if you think about it, you know, the war might end, but Russian oil will never be this cheap.
But what I don't understand is this war has made everything expensive, right? Cooking oil prices have like nearly doubled.
And you know what? I expect them to go even higher because Indonesia, the world's largest exporter of palm oil, has banned exporting palm oil. And don't worry, if things go south, Kenya is sorted. The Kenyan government will get oil from its national reserves. Nywele za waindi. Those things are oily bound. Don't worry, Tai. I can say those things. My father employs Indians. But that's not the only news coming from Asia. Our future landlord is also going through it.
First Shanghai, now Beijing. The capital city of China, with more than 20 million people, faces a potential citywide lockdown as COVID cases grow.
China is weird, man. They can send rockets to the moon. They can build a road on top of another road in another country. They can secretly assimilate Uyghurs, but they can't defeat Corona. When God gives you economic development, he takes away your immune system.
Okay, sawa. But do we have any updates from our colonizers? What's happening there?
Politicians are watching dirty movies in Parliament.
Breaking news. I can tell you that the MP accused of watching porn in the House of Commons is going to quit as an MP. This is Neil Parish.
Can you imagine if that happened in Kenya? Ati mheshimiwa, you're watching dirty movies. Ebu send me a link, bana.
Is there an update from our continent?
Of course. Uganda's commander-in-chief, Yoweri Museveni, has told Ugandans who can't afford bread to eat cassava. This has changed their Lord's Prayer from to give us our daily bread to give us our daily muhogo.
Wow, I feel bad for Ugandans. They will never see cheap bread or another president. Ladies and gentlemen, Amandeep Jagde! Coming up next, we sit down with the funny man from Roiro, Njugush. Thank you so much. Now, guys, I know you're excited, and welcome back. As promised, the man of the hour, comedian extraordinaire, so many gym gains that his body has not caught up with his head. Mr. TTT himself, Njugush, everybody! Njugush, karibu sana. You've been that guy who, like, first you were just doing comedy for comedy's sake, right? And then you ended up doing comedy like socio-political consciousness. Have you ever gotten into trouble, and how much trouble was it for depicting someone on your skits?
Well, the only trouble is that I don't get enough trouble. Kiatu kikikutosha, va, songa. So, never in problems because of that, and I don't expect, because I'm having fun while at it. At the same time, hizi viatu ni watu wanavaanga. Ni kama, unaona fundi wa kiatu akishona kiatu ukuje uvae kitosha, unasonga.
People first know you as Njugush, right? But then there is Timothy, right?
Tall, dark and handsome, nini. Unajua lazima ujichoche.
Timothy yako kuja leo. Anyway,
Wacha tu nikuhurumie nirudi.
Asante nihurumie.
Sasa ndio huyu amerudi.
So, nilikuwa nasema like do you get, like, you're on the street, you're walking, do you get the pressure to be Njugush even when you're having a bad day, you just want to walk on the street, want to be with your family, then you meet a fan like me. Hey, Njugush, how do you react to, how do you tell them now that's Njugush and right now it's Tim?
You never tell them because Wakenya ni wale.
Wale.
Njugush, wewe kuja hapa tupige picha.
wanapatia bibi yako kamera awapige picha sasa?
It used to happen. Before akuja kwa limelight, tumehang na yeye anakuambia, "We msichana tupige hapa." So she's like, what to do? But hao ni wa Kenya na hivyo ndio wako, because when they do that I think it's love, and wa Kenya hatujuangi kupenda. Kama baba yangu alikuwa amependa mama yangu, alikuwa anamgonga na gunia za viazi. Anamwambia hizo zitaenda miezi gapi? So we have a beautiful way of showing love.
That's a good thing. I think you guys make us so happy by the way.
You stop.
Wait, so Njugush, we're going to do a small exercise, yeah? Okay. A picture is going to show up on screen, and then you're going to tell us where you were at that moment and what was happening in your life.
Akimukwe mmechukua zile mzuri.
Of course, sisi watu wabaya. Okay, let's start with the first picture.
Hapo tulikuwa Indonesia. Tulikuwa na Dan and tulikuwa tunafanya, there's a certain comic show that tulikuwa tunafanya. So this was my first time kwenda huko. Na hapa Dan alianguka, Churchill alianguka. Ni vizuri tuseme, but it was edited out. Wakashow ile mimi nilianguka. Alisema siwezi mbeba, nitamwangusha. Kumbe ndiye aliniangusha. It's a restaurant actually inaitwa Indonesia something. So Indonesia. You hapana bwana. That's our cat,
ilikuwa inaitwaje?
Ilikuwa na mguu moja haiko. Ilikuwa na mguu tatu. Hakuwa na jina. So that's my bro. Hapo tulikuwa tunaishi Kamulu Joska. Hapo I think I was in class 8. Ana Yeah. This was me doing my KCSE in Narrow High School. This was the physics paper, I don't know, 2. Why do they have paper 1, paper 2, paper 3? Anyway, ni sawa. You have all those papers, alafu kitoka nje hauna paper. Hapo tulikuwa tunafanya paper ya mwisho ya physics, alafu tufunge. That time ulikuwa unaona ukishamaliza shule. Man say that's it, you are done. Unatoka nje unapata kumbe life ndio inaanza.
Wow. Na hii finally.
This is a very emotional picture. Now that is me, tall, dark and handsome on the right, just in case.
Okay, just in case.
Umeona uko na shida, then that's my wife. It's during our Through Thick and Thin season 3 shoot.
What's your parting shot, people who are watching, whether especially to pursuing your dream, especially when people don't believe in what you're doing?
I think you just do your crazy, because a lot of times we always fit in other people's kind of two boxes, and that we will always do that thing the same way. For me, it's just do your crazy. Na crazy ndio tunataka. Juu nikileta TMI, I have another TMI. Ati now I'm doing TMI. Well, uko hapo umeshaenda mbele, songa tukisongaga.
Thank you very much.
Shukran sana.
Ladies and gentlemen, Njugush! Let's not forget, embrace your crazy, okay? That's what embrace your crazy, okay? Lakini si sana kuna watu wengine. Okay, now, thank you very much for joining us on TMI and for this awesome conversation. Now, that's it for the episode of Too Much Information. Now, we leave it here for now, but the conversation continues on our social media handles. Make a date with us every Sunday, 8:30, here on NTV. Now, before I go, as usual, the African uncle will come with an African dose of wisdom. A man can lie about his age, but he can't iron out the wrinkles on his face. Makeup iko wapi?